I have to be honest, when it comes to ungating, I would prefer for you to wait and eventually get auto ungated, but most people don't want to. So in this video, we're going to talk about getting ungated in the categories of baby products, pet supplies, and grocery, and we're starting right now. Okay, working class hustlers, thank you for taking a moment out of your day. I appreciate it. My name is Horace, also known as La Machine, and on this channel, we talk about selling on Amazon to make a profit using the arbitrage business model. So if you're interested, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when we upload, which is every Thursday, every Friday. We go live on Saturdays, and that's a lot of fun because we have giveaways. We do nothing but give away leads. We focus on ungated. And don't forget, on Wednesdays, we have the Jump On It segment where I demonstrate how you can use my favorite software, which is Tactical Arbitrage. And you could be sourcing anywhere. Anywhere you can have, anywhere where your phone is, okay? Any time of the day. And I give away leads that way too. So that is why you would want to do those things. But yeah, so we're going to get right into the video, and let me show you where the inspiration for this came. So here you can see in my YouTube channel, you can see one of the working class hustlers was asking me how to get ungated in pet supplies, baby goods, and groceries. So that is where the inspiration came from to do it. So as I said before, I really do prefer that you wait and get auto ungated eventually. And the reason why, and this is especially if you're looking to get into wholesale, what happens in my experience is that wholesale just isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do wholesale. There's money in wholesale. But for what I'm saying is for the beginners, what tends to happen is that they have an unrealistic idea as far as the amount of profit they're going to make on a per product basis, per product. Okay. With wholesale, your margins are not very good. That's a volume-based business strategy. You need some money to do it. Can it be done? Yes. Should you look into it? Yes. But you have to go in with the right expectations. It's not always the best route for a beginner. And what happens is they go through the process to get on with a supplier. They get all excited when they land a wholesale account, and then they get access to that wholesaler's catalog, and boom, they don't see the numbers that they want. The margins are super slim. Sometimes you can't even make a profit, and you're just wondering, all right, what is this all about? Now, if you're going to land a wholesale account just for the purpose of getting ungated, and then you're going to continue with arbitrage, I have no problem with it. It's a good strategy. You just have to understand that you're probably going to lose money on that qualifying order. You're lucky if you break even. So go into it knowing that this is a qualifying order just to get you into a category or into a brand. Don't waste a lot of time trying to, make a profit. That's not what you're going into it for. So let's look at what you're going to need, okay? Here's what you run up against, and I'm going to just kind of give you an example because I'm not ungated in everything, okay? This can happen to me, and it does. So watch what happens here. Okay, so here you can see my account, and you can see that today is September the 6th. The year is 2020. And if you take a look, just so that you have an idea of the types of numbers that I do, that's what my running total is for the month. That way you kind of know, what level I am on. So if you look at the year to date that I have, I'm doing in my Amazon business, there you have it. Okay. That's what we did last year. That way you kind of have an idea of what you're dealing with. Now, imagine that I was looking to sell this product. Now, it's Star Wars and it's Hasbro, because I did a Hasbro search and that's how I found this product. Everything looks good, right? Look at that rank, stuff like that. Now, what if I wanted to sell that product? All I would do is take the ASIN, copy it, then I would come over, I'd come over to inventory, I'd go to add the product, I'd stick that ASIN in there, and then watch what happens. Instead of me being able to list the product, it says apply to sell. When I click that, now I have to request approval. I might get auto ungated. In this case, I did not. So now I'm going to have to submit a selling application for that brand. Now, you've got two ways to do it. You can get a letter from Star Wars authorizing you to sell their products, and that ain't going to happen. Or at least one purchase invoice for the products from a manufacturer or distributor. Now, an invoice is not the same as a receipt, okay? And they want it to say invoice on there. So if you hand them if you send them a receipt, they will reject it, okay? Now, if you click on purchase invoice, now you see all the other things you got to have. It's got to be within a certain date, within 180 days. The invoice has to have your name and the matching information in your selling account, okay? Needs to include the name and address of the manufacturer or distributor. Trust me, Amazon knows, so you're not going to get away with it trying to go with some old raggedy, fly by night. You have to have the combined purchase of at least 10 units. That means it doesn't have to be 10 Yodas. It can be some other Hasbro Star Wars products, okay? This is optional about omitting pricing. Please note that we may verify your submitted documentation, because usually when I get approved, it only takes a matter of minutes. A lot of this is automated. They know, they have a system that can identify whatever they need, generally without a human being involved. So usually you could have your approval within, a half an hour or something like that. But those are the things that you're going to need so that you know that right off the bat. Now, what we're going to do from here, we're going to actually show how to find wholesalers. Listen, guys, there's really no secret to it. We're in the 21st century. Let's act like it. Go to Google and find a wholesaler. Let me tell you right now, you want a legitimate wholesaler. Some people love to use the word wholesale because the general buying public, when they see that word, they think they're getting the best possible deal. So be aware, if you're going to deal with a legitimate wholesaler, you're going to need a resell certificate. No legitimate wholesaler is just going to allow you to create an account. And on that note, understand, you're not purchasing anything until you have an account, okay? And also know there may be minimum orders. So let's get into it and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we went to Google and the only thing we typed in, hold on, let me show this to you. We typed in pet supplies wholesaler, okay? And all I did was just sort of start scrolling down until I found one that I wanted to look at, and it ended up being petwholesaler.com. Now, the first thing I did, without even getting into all of this, I went in to register. And here's what I'm looking for. When you come down and you see this, tax resale ID, then you know they're legitimate. You need for them to be legitimate if you're expecting Amazon to, approve you based on the validity of the supplier. So if you don't see this, you most likely wasting your time. Not necessarily, but I'm just telling you, if you're going to deal with a wholesaler, it may as well be a legitimate wholesaler. Okay, so you would fill out everything that you see here in order to get the account. But this is the deal breaker right here. Okay, tax resale ID. Now you can get that. You can get that without even being, don't think you have to be a corporation, an LLC, and all this craziness. You don't need that right away. You can apply. You can go to your state online. You can figure that out, and it's free. You can get a reseller's ID. You can get the certificate, and that will actually be good for other things as well. Okay, so it's good to have that. But here's one that you could actually use. Okay, petwholesaler.com, and you saw how I did that. Now, then I did a search on baby supplies wholesaler, and you just sort of scroll down. You know, obviously you don't want these Dollar General, Target, Walmart. That's not going to work. Okay, I stopped at babyking.com. When I went there, right away, I went under the FAQ. Minimum order is $1,000 for this. Okay. And then when I saw here, how do you sell only to businesses? Yes, we only sell to businesses with a valid tax identification number. At this time, we do not sell directly to the consumer. So you know you're good to go. And they've been around, if this is correct, since 1946. So this would be one that you could use to get ungated in baby. Now, it may not ungate you for a particular brand. It just depends on what they have. Okay, you'd have to go in and look at. A lot of times, you know, Paw Patrol is a brand that is very, very popular. This could get you ungated in Paw Patrol. Okay, not just for baby. It might ungate you Paw Patrol in toys, you know, which would really be good. So this is just an example, guys. A simple Google search, a quick trip to your state website to get your tax reseller certificate. You're good to go. One more, guys, and I'll talk about this when we go live. And I have actually, in my consulting, I have gotten people approved for grocery and gourmet with this website, Frontier Co-op. Again, all you're going to do is find a product that's already out there on Amazon. You're not trying to bring anything new to the market. You're not trying to make money. You're just trying to get ungated in this category. Yes, Frontier Co-op works, okay? But once you get ungated, I would suggest you stick with the arbitrage business model. You don't necessarily have to, but arbitrage is great, especially for beginners. You guys know how much I love it. You see the kind of numbers I get, and you know I'm getting those numbers using this software all the time. So what I'd like for you to do is get familiar with the software. If you're not using it already, you can just come to tacticalarbitrage.com, look at the pricing. You'll probably get this one right here. And then instead of taking the 7-day free trial from them, use our link down in the description. That's our affiliate link. You'll get a 10-day free trial. And before that, what we want you to do is actually take the lightning course. That way, in 10 minutes or less, you'll actually know how to start running scans. And with all those great ungated categories and brands you have now, you can really get the real margins. Trust me, guys, you'll see. You'll see. If you're going to do this business for any length of time, you're going to see. You're going to land that wholesale account. You're going to be happy. You're going to think that everything is about to come together. You're going to get access to the catalog, and then you're going to go, wow, bang, boom, nothing. But what you can do is continue on. And now that you're ungated, you can go right back to arbitrage, and now you have access and you have that degree of separation that I'm always harping on and ranting and raving over. And you just opened up a whole nother world. So although I suggest usually that you be patient, that you wait a little bit, the only reason I say that is because, you know, this is a business. Some things just don't happen until you're ready, okay? In other words, you might get ungated for something and it just doesn't work out. I'll give you an example. I could not wait to get ungated in Funco. And then I got ungated and it just didn't work out the way I thought. But down the road, years later, I realized it wasn't about getting ungated in Funco. It was about me being ready, okay? Having systems in place, understanding how to purchase, understanding how the ebb and flow works on the Amazon platform. You know what I mean? If you think you're just going to get into this and boom, everything's going to work perfect the first time, think again. You're going to make your mistakes, and some things just are not going to happen until you're ready. But I hope this video helps you as far as showing you how to get ungated in a few categories. It would be the same for any other category that you want to get into. Some are much harder than others. You know, for example, if you wanted to get ungated in jewelry, that could be really hard. But if there's something that I missed, I'm sure someone will be quick to leave a comment, and the working class hustlers appreciate it. So if I missed something, help us out, because I'm not that big on ungating. I prefer to just get auto ungated for the most part. If there's a question you have that I didn't answer, make sure you leave that in the comments as well. And also, if you would like to connect with me, text the number that you see on your screen. Text the words working class hustler. I'll respond. I'll ask you your name so that we can get you saved into our contacts. From there, you are officially connected with me, and then from there you can ask me questions. I get questions, text messages, I hop on calls all the time with working class hustlers that just want to have questions and just want somebody that's a little bit ahead of them that's willing to talk to them and help guide along the way. I'll see you in the next video, which will be the lightning course, and make sure you join us when we go live. Get some of those giveaways, the scales, the books, the gift cards, all types of prizes that we give away. Get the free leads. If you're new, a lot of times the biggest issue you're going to have is inventory. We don't just give away leads. What we do is we show how we got them. We show the evaluation process. We're teaching you to fish, and we're giving you the fish while we teach you to fish. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video.